Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Smallville, Season 1, Episode 4. This one is titled X-Ray. This episode opens up with Lex going to a bank, trying to get all his money, and then robbing it and running away. And Clark sort of stumbling upon him as he's fleeing. Lex throws him through a window, and then Clark suddenly sees Lex's bones. This is another episode sort of in a trend. We get a few episodes like this throughout the series where Superman's got a lot of powers so far. Like, at the start of the show, he only really has, he's strong, he's durable, and he's fast. And so we get episodes where he gets new powers and then has to learn how to use them. And this one is about him using his X-ray vision. And it's okay. We got another villain obsessed with Lana. This time, a little bit of a twist. It's not a dude in love with Lana. It's just a girl obsessed with her who, after accidentally killing her mother, we got another one of those, another kryptonite-infected person killing their own parent. At least this time it was accidental. She basically tries to then move in with Lana, like force herself in with Lana. And then after that doesn't work, she tries to kill Lana to then become Lana because she has shape-shifting powers. And then she used that to rob the bank and get all of that money. I don't know. This episode's okay. I think... I don't remember what her name is. I think it's Tina? Tina Greer, I think. I remember her name. Her power's okay. And the effect looks alright. For what, 2001 this episode came out? The effect looks okay. Like, seeing her, morph to different people. I don't know how you do that effect, but it looked pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Lana... everyone's obsessed with Lana, and I don't get it, and it kind of gets annoying. Tina's okay. I think she comes back later on. She didn't die. She's one of the few that don't die right off the bat. Like, I think so far, I guess the kid in the pilot only got amnesia, so he didn't die. But the bug kid died, putting quotes around died, because he does come back later on, but the coach definitely died. So yeah, Tina's weird. Yeah, I don't know. She's probably the worst part of the episode, because she just really, I guess that's the point. She's, creepy and, awkward, but I don't find that particularly fun to watch. Clark trying to learn how to use his powers is interesting. We see him get freaked out by seeing, his friend Pete's muscles. Like, he looks just through the skin. And then he falls and then he peeps into the girls' locker room during gym class. So we got a bit of a trend with that, where, boy, Clark sure likes to peep. Yeah, I don't know. The X-ray stuff was fun. They don't go into it as much as they do in later episodes. Like, later episodes, I'm thinking specifically the Heat Vision episode, where, Clark's really trying to... we showed them practicing more. We don't really get a lot of that in this episode. We do see him use it a few times, to peek into Tina's locker and find the money, or peek into the store that Tina lives in, where she had hid her mom's body, and seeing basically the body stuffed into a cabinet. And then at the end they do this really cool thing where Tina called out... I don't know if they called her out or if she was there, but basically the cemetery from episode 1. Tina goes there, gets Lana, pushes her into a big, I don't know what they're called, but the big cement things that bodies are in inside the little buildings. Puts her in one of those and basically is yep, she's gonna die, I'm gonna become Lana now. And then we see this really cool thing where Clark's looking for her after defeating Tina, and we just see all the skeletons in the cemetery, which is neat, before he sees Lana sort of trying to break her way out of the little... I don't know what those are called. Tomb. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good episode. I like other episodes where Clark is sort of practicing his powers better. I almost forgot, but I'll talk about Lex real quick. Lex has a bit of an interesting story in this, and we start to see more of a, I wouldn't say villainous, but more suspecting side of Lex, where basically a journalist approaches him and threatens to release like criminal records from when he was a kid, and Lex basically ruins that guy's life unless he basically does what Lex tells him. So we see Lex be a bit more like that's a pretty, I want to say that's a pretty evil thing to do. The guy did come and try and blackmail him, but he basically, it shows that he is capable of basically ruining people if he wants. And then at the end, he gets the journalist to basically agree, like, hey, if you're, what paper does he work for? The Inquisitor? Is it the Daily Inquisitor? I forget. Basically, hey, I own you now. You will kill bad stories about me in your paper. You will publish things that I tell you to publish. And I also want you to look into something for me. And he brings the journalist down and shows him the car from the first episode that Clark basically tore apart to get him out. So this is, I think, the first time we've seen that Lex is really, he himself is almost obsessed with that moment and trying to figure out what happened. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good episode for Lex. I think Clark learning his powers could have been done a little bit better in this episode. I think characters obsessed with Lana are my least favorite villains. So I don't know. I didn't really care for Tina. But yeah, it was okay. I think for the Lex stuff, it was pretty good. I think everything else was just fine. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.